2025. This is a little earlier than normal for 6 p.m. because we have some things to do afterwards. With that, do the Pledge of Allegiance to start.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have any additions or deletions to the agenda?
I'd like to add an action item for a discussion or a recommendation to open up our hiring process to possibly sponsor an applicant.
Support.
Discussion?
We are,
All we have to do now is approve it for the agenda.
yeah, this is just added.
Right. So,
Yeah.
any discussion on adding it? Okay. Do we have any other additions or deletions? All in favor of amending the agenda as proposed?
Aye.
Okay. Moving on to the approval of the minutes.
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And action item.
Hello. So as you all know, we're in the middle of a hiring process to try to hire a vacancy in the police department. As of right now, our deadline for turning applications is April 25th, and we've received 2 applications. One is a current licensed police officer, one is an individual with no experience or training whatsoever in law enforcement. That's all we have. So meeting with a couple chiefs last week, they kind of talked about how they had sponsored an individual to go to the Wayne County Regional Police Academy that's hosted by Schoolcraft. I contacted Schoolcraft just to see what that would entail, and they discussed that there's a grant that's out there, and they would help you process the grant. And what the grant does is through the MCOLs, through the federal government, where we could get up to $20,000. And what that would cover is the academy would cost about, to say right around $7,000, and the remainder of the funds could be used to pay for pay and benefits and academy needed supplies like uniforms to train them. It's a 17-week academy. We would have to have a couple things happen, which would be one, this could be, depending who it is, this could be a new position within the department. If we hire an outside applicant and we sponsor them through there, they're not a police officer, they're not a dispatcher, they're not a civilian employee. So we met with the union, and they're going to look into possibly having an MOU with the township if we were to go this route. If you guys would like to have that, and it's brought to Margaret, and then she takes it to the board, have an MOU to have an understanding of what the pay would be. This is a new classification for us. It's not covered by the collective bargaining agreement. So that's something we talked about. The board would have to approve it, because we'd be hiring a new individual, sponsoring them, having it paid for by the grant, with expectations that they do graduate. So do you understand how this is? And then this all has to be done by June 23rd. June 23rd. There's not another board meeting coming up that was canceled to May 12th. Is that right?
That's correct.
May 12th, and in that timeline, there have to be some things that have to be filled out. So this is what they gave me, Schoolcraft College. It has to be completed by the applicant. They could do this in a day if the one that gets chosen. So what we would do is we'd have the closing of our hiring process at the 25th. If you guys would go for it and you guys say, open it up, we'll advertise it on our social media page and the things we did before, saying we're opening up to sponsoring. And then when we close the applications on the 25th, we'll rank them, and then we'll interview them how we've always done. We interview them. It goes to you guys you guys interview and then make your recommendations to the board, whether it's a licensed police officer, you want to go that route, or someone that we want to sponsor. And then they have to go to the board to approve to hire that person as an individual. For the conditional offer, they have to complete all this paperwork and get all these exams done before that deadline of June 23rd. Does that make sense? So
From the sponsor side, so if they go that route,
Mhm.
roughly September is when they'd be available?
I didn't do the math on that part. I'm sorry if that's what you're.
I'm just
That's
trying to
17.
figure
If
out
that's 17 weeks away, about that.
roughly.
If we went a licensed officer, it'd still be some time involved in the whole background. And then when that officer comes out of the academy, or we hire a licensed one already, you still have your FTO program, which could be an additional 3 months to a month to 3 months, depending on the caliber of person we hire.
Okay.
That makes sense. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, so from my standpoint, I mean, we're already hemorrhaging in the department right now with people off and people, not having enough, people to fill the roles that we need, right? I mean, you guys, the management team is running the roads just to keep things going. So while we've been lucky the last several times we've hired people, we've got good quality candidates, but it's been nearly impossible, and we've had to extend the applicant pool, and it's been very difficult getting them in there. So why would probably rather start with someone who's ready to go right now or more immediately. I think this is something that we should look at as definitely an option for us. The various academies are always graduating people, and every time we look at this, everyone's already spoken for when we go to look at the academies, and everyone's sponsored, they're spoken for, so they're not out there. So I mean, to me, I'm definitely in favor of doing this.
What happens if the person flunks out, for lack of better words?
That was brought up today. We discussed that. Or if the person, I don't know what the rules are as far as if they jump ship. Because this $20,000, the sponsorship's not being paid by us. This is grant money. So I don't know what the rules on that are. And
Attorney, give us some guidance on that?
I know in the past they had agreements between cities and, but that's all gone to the wayside from what I'm remembering. I don't know offhand. I apologize for that. But and if they flunk out, in your words, we open up again and start over.
Is this a grant that's to the specific person or to the department?
Good question. I had, like I said, I haven't read all the information on it.
Department?
Yeah.
I think it is the department.
So it's non-convertible for that individual?
The MCOLS has received funding for grants to law enforcement agencies for basic law enforcement training academy scholarships and salaries for employment recruits. Program highlights is what I went to.
Academies take their money up front too.
They're the ones that are going to process it. We're going to turn it in to them, and they're the ones that are going to go get it for us. The grant process is very time consuming. They've already done that. This is their bread and butter. They're going to, our portion of it is like only a couple pages of this. It's very short, like just very few pages. Once you have your applicant, and that they have criteria that applicant has to have done before they'll grant that grant. So our biggest problem in this whole thing is time.
Yeah, I mean, to me, the grant looks highly likely, and even in if something happened, the grant fell through, it's still like an $18,000 commitment. And even just having the people in the department knowing that there's light at the end of the tunnel is going to be a major morale help, because it's going to be a very difficult summer. We all know that.
And depending where the pool comes from, it's licensed, an outside person, or an internal candidate that wants to be sponsored. We haven't broached that yet, but depending where they come from could expedite time or slow down time.
It would be optimal if it was internal.
We open to everybody equally.
Paul, thoughts?
I think Eric's put it well. I mean, we have to do something. Anything by not supporting that right now is just moving the ball down the line before we get a guy in the in the process.
I spoke to Derek, Township Manager Derek Thiel this morning. He's fully in favor on this, and I don't want to call out our extreme Mr. Porcerelli, but would you be in favor of this too? I don't want to call you on, put you on the spot, but as far as trying to go for this grant, if it works.
Oh, yeah, I have no problem. What it does is it enables you to seek somebody else that you feel is a good candidate And the reason for the last 15 years worth or 20 years worth that they've been doing is because of, they don't have the pre-service people that they used to have, and they opened it up to police officers, and it has been a budget funding issue. I mean, that's really been the issue for many of the cities and the departments, so. And if you find a pick that isn't a current police officer, this is a better be a 25-year investment. So that's why I have no issues with this. But they do get paid up front, you know, the academies get paid up front, and it's not a gamble, you know. You give them your money, the guy goes, it's pre-service, he goes, she goes, whichever you pick, and you hope they pass, and then they can provide service to your city, your township.
As far as, we go through Derek, we go through the township attorney, all the questions that were asked here, they've got to give us the direction. This, it sounds like the way we want to go, and we ought to push that way and expedite it
It just gives us
any
more.
way we can.
It gives us more applicants, and like Supervisor Porcelli said, the money's not like they're going to give us a check for 20 grand. They're going to hold on to it and they use that money. It does not come out of her. There might be some small amounts of money we have to come up with, like ammo, or I think we have to provide a car at some point during this process in the academy. But going back to, I'm not sure if it was Mr. Longton that said, what if you fail? So it's the same thing. We've had people in the past that we've hired that haven't passed our FTO program. It's the same. It's the same gamble. You just hopefully the background process, the interviews, the application process, the psych exam, medical, all that kind of helps you have a stronger candidate that everybody feels happy with.
Very good.
So,
Yeah, I'm sure Derek and the township attorney can also recognize, even if there's a contract, if we're worried about someone, we pay for them and they go to another department, there's a contract you can have them sign that said, for example, if you go, you're sponsored, you're obligated to work for us for some period of time, or you've got to pay it back.
That's always a must.
Yeah, so it's,
And there's always-
that's standard industry practice for, at least, I don't know about the police industry, but my industry is pretty standard.
It's 2 years is and if they leave, they have to repay everything. That's part of the contract.
Yeah.
That they have
think-
to pay, not even Detroit does it. If they leave within 2 years, you must repay them for the academy, you pay them for any other thing that they're out of pocket on. It's just a contract with a new person.
Yep.
we have the supervisor, township manager, and then we have another board member here. So that's 3 right there. So we see support, and I believe you guys are all leaning towards supporting us. So it gives us another option. If we get, traditionally when you have these open hiring process, human nature, the deadline's on the 25th, they start flooding in on the 23rd. It's just kind of human nature. People do it at the last minute. So we're hoping that happens. But right now we have 1 licensed current applicant.
Very good. All right. Do I hear a motion to sponsor,
So moved.
approval to sponsor?
So moved.
Second.
Support.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Very good. Moving
Thanks
on.
for bringing that up.
Department updates. Chief?
Well, that was one of them, so I'm gonna skip that one. But couple quick 3 things. We sold the last township board meeting. We sold our canine car. It's getting older. It's got 55,000 miles on it. We have another city downriver that's really interested in buying. We have 2 cities. They want to buy it. If it just sits, it's not going to increase in value, and we can't use it for the road. We can't use it. It's completely geared towards a canine. For us to refurbish it back to a road car would cost probably $15,000 and for the value. So we got approved to sell it up to $25,000, and I know I have a local chief that is asking for approval to buy it within 2 weeks. So they already came and test drove it. So we're not a car dealership, but that's what we're trying to do. So the board already approved that one in one of their items. We are going to put another item up, an action item up for Ms. Shelton for replacing our laptops. We're going to ask for 13 laptops. Instead of having them all issued to the officers, they'll be put into the cars. Each officer has to log into it. It'll shrink our fleet down to 13. We need 11. We'll have 1 spare, and then 1 will go to the DEA position in the beginning of summer. He'll have his own laptop. That's going to be an action item going to the board. And then I forgot to bring it, but we started a partnership with the Guidance Center of Southgate. We reached out to them, they reached out to us. They asked us to start providing a Narcan to the public. What Narcan is, it's an inhaling, put in your nose. It doesn't have a chemical reaction in the body. What's not an adverse reaction? It helps people that are overdosing on opioids, heroin, even prescription medication. It saves their lives. It brings them out of the overdose. I've used it as an officer, and so our dispatch is now holds if anybody comes in, no names, no questions asked. So that as long as they're an adult, we'll give them a box or a dosage unit and they can hold on to it. Doesn't mean they're an addict. Doesn't mean anything. Some of the people we've heard from online, prescription medications, if you have a young child that gets into it, this could save their life. If some people have overdosed by accident over the years, where they've taken too much of their pain medicine, not realizing they did, they're not an addict, they just overdosed by accident, this can save their lives. People can have it on hand at home. I know a lot of probation officers give it out to their clients, or certain places will give it out for free. I think even certain drugstores will give it out for free if you ask. So we have it on in our dispatch, no questions asked, it's got to be an adult. So that's all I have for the department update.
Moving on, do we need to get into the monthly report statistics? Just briefly.
Deputy Chief Brozak was unable to make it today, so I apologize. I'm not as prepared for that portion of it. So you guys have it in front of you, the police blotter for March. I'll just hit a couple highlights of that, make it pretty quick. We had 497 calls for service, 538 calls that came into dispatch, of which 126 were 911 calls. 84 traffic stops, which was 69 of them were verbal warnings. We had 22 officers reports filed, and 17 cases were assigned to the Detective Bureau. To the reserve report. Sorry, I'm flipping through like you guys are.
Well, Chief, I was going to say the reserve report, I know they did the Rock CF marathon. That seemed to go off without a hitch.
What we heard back on feedback from Sergeant Vasquez, who oversees the reserve unit, it was one of the easiest and best ones they've ever had, as far as not a problem. I ran the reserve unit for a long time. We've had a couple go poorly, but it's not. This is because of different things. But this one, they said went through great. They do a good job organizing it. The staff of the Rock CF, and then they worked 64 hours for the month of March, donated for free.
Very good.
That's all I got.
Do I hear a motion to approve the monthly reports?
Motion?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Liaison report.
So I'm going to keep this one short, since I went through an awful lot yesterday. I just want to mention that it is National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week, and that means our dispatchers. So I want to say I sincerely thank all of our dispatchers for the difficult job that they do have, and their dedication really does not go unnoticed. And I really, really do appreciate the work that they do. And that was it.
I had one more thing I wanted to say.
Yes.
I was supposed to say that. Hold on. Deputy Chief Brozak was going to bring that up, but I thank you for bringing that up. But there's another. Got our Bike to School Day
Oh, cool.
coming up right here. So these are two things that Deputy Chief Brozak was going to bring up. The dispatcher, and I really apologize for not mentioning it. That's shame on me. We have a great dispatch staff, but we also have a Bike to School on May 7th. The reserves come in and help with us.
Very good.
All right.
Is that something that the things that I got from SEMCOG would,
Your trinkets.
yeah, the trinket.
The trinkets. Yeah, we do hand those out. We try to
Okay.
do Slurpee. 7-Eleven donates Slurpee coupons to this, so we have a couple left. And then last year I think we had probably close to just at Meridian. I'm guessing 85 to 100 kids.
Wow.
It was huge. It was the biggest one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So
Well, there's a lot of kids that need those flashing lights, so,
A lot of e-bikes too,
yeah.
scooters, but sorry about that.
Thank you, Chief. All right. Anything else for tonight, this evening? Beyond that, public comment, anybody? No public comment. All right, very good. Before I take a motion to adjourn, anything else for this evening?
Can I just say something?
Oh, sure, of course.
You know the drill.
Joe
Name and address.
Porcelli, Oak River, unfortunately for some township supervisor. I just want to say, Paul, I appreciate all your work you've done. I've talked last night about you. I found out, I thought it was a little over 30 years that you've had here.
31, I think.
Yeah, 31 years.
April of '94, I believe, right? That we
I
figured
think
out.
you promoted me to chief, thank you. I think you promoted me to lieutenant, thank you. I just want to say, for all the work you've done, all the years you've sat up there, I mean, it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy. I just really appreciate it. I appreciate what you've done. I appreciate your friendship. I hope whatever you have planned, whatever it is, I hope health is in there too. And I really want to say thank you. We've gone back a long way. And I don't know what else to say, but you've made a difference here. It's I'm gonna miss you, so thank you. It
Was an honor working with you and the whole team. You know, the Grosso Police Department is an outstanding organization. It's been proven by the awards, and I'm sure it'll continue that way.
I hope the best for you and your family, and I'm sure I'm gonna see you. And
Well, thank you, Joey. Means a lot coming from you.
well, thank you again. That's why I'm here tonight. Not that I don't care about the work you guys do. I seem to watch you at home more than anything. So, thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Someone?
No, 31 years is a tremendous commitment. It's helped the community, helped the police department with, maintaining that tribal knowledge. I mean, you're the one guy that's been up here longer than than anyone, right? And there's been a lot of good police commissioners that unfortunately have come and gone, but 31 years is a heck of a legacy, and you've left a good one. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Eric.
Appreciate everything, even though it's about an hour's worth of work a month, right?
No, I think we told you. I think we told you a half hour, didn't we?
Half hour.
Plus the meeting.
Yes, but from day one, I've noticed everything that you do and how you contribute to the community and to the police department, and how much pride you take in it, and that does not go unnoticed. And I appreciate it, and I wish you all the best. And thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Paul, thank you for your commitment here. 31 years, and to my knowledge, that is the longest chair position on the island for, I think, all of the commissions, is my understanding. I don't know if there's anybody else on a chair that's been longer, but to this department, it is definitely the longest chair position. Your time and dedication to the community and the department it goes without saying that you have put the department above a number of personal aspects in your life, and we thank you for that dedication, because without you, there would be a lot of things in this township that would not exist running smoothly. The department that we have with the firsthand knowledge and interviews and promotions and just all of the behind the scenes that goes into the department itself as well. So we thank you for your time and dedication and your years of knowledge. That has always been a great contribution to our benefit. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I hope I can just fulfill your shoes adequately and not miss anything.
I have no doubt.
Thank you. All right. Anybody else?
Just one
Paul.
comment, just so you know. I mean, I moved to the island when I was 5 years old. Started kindergarten here. And my dad worked at Four Corners grocery store and then started up Nate's. And so there were 8 kids in our family. We all grew up in the store. And the biggest thing, though, is it's for the community that you do these kinds of things. And for me, it's also for the family. I have 3 daughters. They all live on the island. I have 6 grandkids. They all go to the townships, Grosville Public Schools, as all of my 7 brothers and sisters did. So you got to give back, and you got to support it, or the island won't be what it always has been for all of us. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
All in favor? Do I hear a second? Sorry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.